season, the captain, Ali Carter. And his opponent, he's the youngest player left standing here. He is China's Zhou.
Hello, day 10 at the Betfred World Snooker Championship sees us complete the lineup for the quarter-finals. And on Snooker Extra, we're focusing on the match between Ali Carter, aiming for a 6th quarter-final. His first was 12 years ago, against Zhou, the young Chinese player at the age of 21, bidding for a maiden appearance in the last 8. He was already on the biggest payday of his career, and when they resumed their 3rd session, it was the youngster from China who led 9-7. Your commentary comes from Ken Doherty and Dennis Taylor.
So Ali Carter gets the first frame of this final session underway. What a fascinating tussle it has been. He's done very well from 5-1 behind. And his young opponent, Zhou Yulong, was leading by 32 points and looked like he was going to forge further ahead. Just one little slip up, but what a comeback from 7-6 down then to win the last 3, Ken.
Yeah, incredible. We thought maybe the crucible nerves might get to him, but so far, definitely no signs of it. It'll be very interesting this last session, of course, and these opening exchanges between the two players. Ali Carter, much more experienced, of course, twice a finalist here. Of course, he made that magical 147 on this very table as well in the World Championships. May have thought that was in when he hit it because he stayed right down on it. And nice easy opener for Zhou.
The fact it hit both jaws of the middle pocket has left it on. Would have ran safe. A little smile from Ali, but he took the risk and it almost came off.
One.
I was talking to John Parrott earlier, and he was commentating on this match yesterday, and he was just saying how impressed he was by this young Chinese player, Zhou Yulong. Very composed, he said. And particularly when he went behind Dennis, you know, after being 5-1 up and then going 7-6 down, you thought maybe the wheels might come off, but JP said he was very impressed. I've played him, I've seen him play, and I know how good he is, but he's gone certainly up another level in the last like 6 months or 12 months. Have you seen much of him yourself?
Well, I did the first session and he was terrific. And he almost, as I say, he could have won the first session 7-1. But what I like about him is he doesn't rush. He's a very fluent player, but he weighs the shot up every time. You know, he doesn't get down and rush into a shot and make a mistake. He's at 28 seconds there. Now, let's see how he plays this top spin. Right hand side. It's not a good pack to go into. You don't want to catch the middle red full ball, otherwise you'll stick in them. So an important early shot here. Well, he caught them nicely. He didn't hit the middle red. Okay, he's not on a sitter.
22.
But he certainly opened another 3 or 4 reds up.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that. And if this red passes the blue up into the yellow pocket, and that's what he's having a quick look at, it's not too bad. At least it's into a nice and straight pot. Just composing himself, taking his time. Excellent shot.
23.
Okay, didn't pull back the cue ball as well as he would have liked.
Yeah, I think he put so much into the pot, he just forgot to screw the cue ball back a bit further. He's still on the black, but I mean, there's a couple of loose reds. If he plays it in dead weight with a bit of side, he'll drop on the one to the left pocket. It'll just run past the reds. It just depends how he feels. He could even stun round off a couple of cushions and get on that one. Well, I would have rather just played it up and down, Ken.
23. Did you check the volume on your commentary earpieces, please? One or two are a bit loud.
Yeah, I didn't fancy missing that, but as you said, it would have been a lot easier just dropping it and playing off one cushion.
One.
Played that nicely, Ali Carter, but unfortunately, he would have loved the cue ball just to bounce off this top cushion, maybe another inch or so. Just the angle on the black now is not fantastic at all. I don't think he has the right angle that he can dig into the cue ball and try and split the reds. He's blessed with a fantastic cue pair, Ali Carter, but I don't think he has the right angle to directly screw into them. So maybe going in and out of ball. This would be some shot. Watch the cue ball. So difficult to try and get it in out of ball. Can try and dislodge a red from there.
Ali Carter, 8.
Well, he couldn't have played it much better, but he had a lot of colours to avoid, which he did do, and then the throw of the middle pocket just got in the way.
Foul and a miss.
Well, believe it or not, that's a free ball, and the referee hasn't called it.
Free ball.
Oh, he has now. Took his time, didn't he? What a result for Ali Carter here. He can have a go with this blue into the top left-hand corner pocket. It's hard to believe you can leave a free ball.
Blue ball,
No.
thank you.
Oh, he's let him off the hook there. That was a free shot for him. In fact, the blues come up and covered that corner pocket. There was a red that Zhou Yulong would have probably had a go at, the one just to the left of the bunch. He is quite attacking if the shot's there. But some of his tactical play has been pretty good. And that's awkward. He's blocked the path off. The pink is helping to block the path off down the right side of the table. And there's no easy path down the left side. So we may have to just play a similar shot to the one that Zhou played, but the middle pocket slightly in the way.
Yeah, may come off this top cushion here just before the black and nestle into the pack of reds. So just missed the pink on the way down, missed the black on the way back, and try and nestle into the bunch of reds. Not too pacey. Just want to leave a red into the middle pocket. He's okay.
Pretty poor shot from Ali Carter. He won't have enjoyed that one, that's for sure. This is an unexpected chance for Zhou Yulong.
Just trying to think, will he go into the reds here? But he could use the blue and pot the red and then go into the blue. He may look like he's going into the reds. Not a bad idea.
One.
Oh, he's played that very nicely indeed. It was a very clever shot, wasn't it? Hitting the left-hand side of the bunch, Dennis, knowing that the cue ball is going to come over this left-hand side, and he'll always have the blue there over the pocket.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for a 21-year-old, he reads the game so well. Very rarely does he play the wrong shot, which you can see quite often with some of the young up-and-coming players. Once again, he played a cannon knowing that
6.
he could have dropped on an easy one, and if he didn't, he'd got the one to the right of the black, but he's left a red into the left corner. But he'd have to get back for the blue.
7.
It was very difficult to get the correct side of the blue there, so he's got a bit of a problem now. Now you see, you want to be the other side of the blue line. So can't get anywhere near a pot. It'll have to be a medium length one. If he screws the white back, he could take one into the right corner as a shot to nothing.
Yeah, he'd be very disappointed with that. Good opportunity there. He's got to try and screw the cue ball back somewhere where it is now, and try and leave this red as close to the bottom right-hand corner pocket, but it's not far enough back.
12.
Needed the cue ball somewhere near that left centre pocket so he could play that through the gap of reds.
And just looking at the angle of the pot, if he takes the pot on, he's got to make sure he gets a little bit of action on the cue ball. Otherwise, he'll cannon that red to the left of the black, and that's the last thing he'd want to do. That's a screw. Okay, he's not on the colour, but I'll tell you what, he's extremely good with the rest. There you can see his rest success rate, 88%. He hasn't missed many with the rest. He's got to be a bit careful when he rolls to the green here. He's got the green and the brown as snookering balls. Now he's left the one, the left side of the table, so there's a path back. He may even be having a go at this with safety in mind. He's got some cue power, this player. Unbelievable. Have a look at that for a shot. Absolute cracker that. Okay, he had safety in mind, but to cue it this well, but there's not many players in the game could have played that shot, Ken.
No, definitely not. Absolute fantastic shot. He's going to play a snooker here, knock the green up the table, just stun the cue ball behind the brown. Doesn't want the green going in this pocket. Oh, it's very close.
Oh,
I'd say his heart skipped a few beats there, Dennis.
He's banging trouble here. There's no red to land on, because if he tries to hit the one to the right of the black, he's going to leave the one that's to the left, and vice versa. And there's no way. He possibly has got a couple of cushions to just land on the two reds near the pink, but he's got a problem here, that's for sure.
Delicate shot, isn't it?
That's a possible shot that's available to him. That was a good effort.
Wow, and a miss. Ali Carter 6.
The only way he can escape from this. Just needs a slight adjustment.
It was a good weight of cue ball though, wasn't it? I mean, from the first attempt. So, as you said, it's just a slight adjustment and it should be okay. Looks a bit short, this one.
Wow, and a miss. Ali Carter 4.
He doesn't mind losing these points here, but the line was perfect that time. It's amazing how it's turned around. Zhou had Ali in trouble and then didn't quite get the snooker when he rolled to the green. Oh, he hasn't found the right line this time.
Wow, a miss. Ali Carter 4.
Well, I don't think Ali Carter will be putting it back this time. Be taking this red left of the black. Green will be available, possibly up for blue even. You know, when you come out for this final session of a last 16 or a quarter-final match, Dennis, and you're a couple behind, you want to start off on a good foot and look for a little bit of inspiration, you know, just to get you going. And maybe that long pot, that red, screwing back into balk, one of the best shots you might see through this whole tournament. And maybe the little bit of inspiration that he needed, Ali Carter, just to get himself going in this last session of this last 16 match.
7.
Well, that was a bit careless. There was a lapse in concentration there to leave the white here. Should have been perfectly on the black. What did he do there? It was just a straightforward shot. He's now having to cut the green in and hopefully cannon those 2 reds to stop the white from running away. And he's overcut it. I'll tell you what, well, as he swipes the cue off the table, it was the previous shot that... This one here, watch where he puts the red. Yeah, he should have potted it into the right side of the pocket and he would have been out perfectly on the black. Wow, what a turning point that could be.
One.
And I'll tell you what, if he can cannon those 2 reds, or the one to the left, he would open the whole game up. This shot here is so important now. Missed the first red, cannon the left of the 2 reds. Oh, he didn't get into it. He's let it slip away. So a couple of errors from both players in this very important opening frame, Ken.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he played it so softly. Here's Ali's miss green, showing a little bit of his frustration with it. He's entitled to be frustrated after previous red. It was a golden opportunity for him, but he's got away with it. Zhou Long is not on this red, is he? Into this top left-hand corner pocket? I don't think so. Just a safety shot. Got to try and get that cue ball behind the yellow, tight to the ball cushion.
I'd have played thin off the one that's closer to the white.
Zhou Long, 8.
Yeah, this was straightforward, but as you say, he hit it a little bit gently. Just didn't get into it. It needed to hit that red full ball or half ball on the other side.
Well, I'm surprised he played it like that. Is the red going to come to his rescue? It may have done, you know. May have blocked the pocket to the right centre. Pushed the bout out there, Ali Carter. Still reeling from that miss green a couple of shots ago.
Well, he's been so lucky for that red to come and block the path. I'm sure Ali felt when he missed the red he was going to put his young opponent in.
He must hold his composure here, Ali Carter. It's very early in this session and already he's shown a lot of frustration. And his opponent will get a bit of a kick out of that. You can be sure of that.
Well, if he cuts this red in, which he will try, because he's playing a safety shot also. No, too thick. So he's not getting close to those type of shots. Having said that, he knocked an unbelievable red in. Probably the best red, as Ken said, of the championship so far.
He's got to keep his composure, Dennis. Plenty of time to get himself going.
Well, Well, if this red's onto the middle, it's very tough though. From that picture you think, oh, that's over the pocket, but if he's got a little bit of angle and he knocks this in, Zhou Yulong, well, should he have refused that difficult pot he took on? Yeah, he should have.
Fine.
If that red going on, Zhou Yulong should have played a safety shot.
Yeah, good pot. Better pot than it looked. Those middle pockets are very, very tight. Now, good shot in the green. Maybe try and disturb the red on the right cushion. No, didn't get into it enough, but he's okay. Always had this red next to the blue spot. Now, if you can pot this, try and stun down for the pink. Leave a nice angle on the pink to get close to that red or even take it out. There's the pot. Has he got the angle? I think he has. Doesn't have to take the red out. He can play behind it because it's on the right-hand side for a right-hander. That's why he'll come around and have a look. Doesn't have to take the chance of trying to knock it out, even though he has the perfect angle. So pot the pink, get in behind the red. And that looks absolutely perfect. One good pot on this red, and he's gone favourite.
11. Well.
If he's dead straight on the yellow, he'll pot the yellow twice here. But he can just screw back and they're there for the taking. Yeah, a bit of a risky one that Zhou Yulong took on with that red near the middle pocket. It's sort of cost him this frame.
14. Thank you. 16.
And what a steal this will be. Ali Carter, as I said, he's got to keep his composure. There's a long way to go, but if he can win the frame from this position, it'll be a frame that he never looked like winning, particularly when he missed the green into the left, bottom left corner pocket. Bit nervy one that.
23.
Short the pace for the blue, but he only needs the blue.
He'll be feeling much better now, will Ali Carter. He lost the last 3 frames of the previous session. Looked like he was going to fall 3 behind, but now he's closed the gap. And it's just 1 frame the difference.
Foul. Ali Carter.
Well, that's amazing. To go in off and then to knock the black in. But he hit this far too thick, so I think at the moment he's just feeling the pressure as this young 21-year-old Chinese player. He's looked so composed throughout his first 2 matches here. And I think losing that last frame where he had a few chances and he looked odds on at one stage to extend his lead to 3 frames. I think he's going to have to just pull himself together just a little bit.
1.
And that's a bit unfortunate. Thought he might finish on the pink. He's covered the pink. The black would have passed the yellow, but the reds blocked the path through for there. He can pop the black into the left middle pocket.
Blue ball.
Oh, what a wonderful pot on the blue. Now, how's his luck this time? Needs a nice kiss on the red.
6.
Didn't get the right one. Does this red pot into this left corner pocket? He's bridging over the pink. It's a little bit awkward. It's okay. But certainly pots. And he may just be able to get his cue on the cushion where the pink is slightly in the way, but should be okay. Oh, he's okay.
Seven.
It's not too bad this time. Great chance.
$14. $15. $22.
It's very useful here with the black being on the pink spot. You can keep playing for reds and just leave that black spot occupied. And I think winning the opening frame has given Ali Carter quite a boost. He looks much more positive. And when he gets on a run, Ken, he's a little tiger around the table, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Said he needs a little bit of inspiration. Maybe those couple of good pots, particularly that red in the very first frame. Just needed something to kickstart this session for him. Needed a fast start, Ali Carter coming here. As we said, he got 7-6 ahead, lost the last 3 frames last night. Needed to get off to a good start, and at the moment, he's going the right way about it. was looking a little bit fragile in parts during that first frame.
45.
Let sometimes the frustration get the better of him, but he seems to have got his composure back again. He's got a bit of a bounce in his step now.
Thank you. 46. $53.
Just have a look at the scores. I'm sure he'll look up at the scores. He'll know he's 56 points ahead, so red colour red will do. Maybe put this red, get on the yellow, and then try and get on that red that's on the black spot. Nice angle anywhere. The ball
54.
cushion with the cue ball. Nice angle on the yellow. Come off 1 or 2 cushions down for this red that's on the black spot. Another quick glance at the score.
$56.
And you can see 59 ahead, so as Ken mentioned, 1 more red. And the black to make
57.
absolutely certain. Hasn't done much wrong, Joe,
64.
but just a couple of little mistakes have been very costly.
Sorry. 65.
Ali yet to make a century in this year's Betfred World Championship. Might have a chance. Oh, he's unlucky. But what he's doing, as you once said, Ken, he's taking the bull
72.
by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Oh, watch you don't rip the cloth out.
Watch your tip, Ali. Watch your tip.
Ali Carter, 72.
Nice break to 72 from Ali Carter. Twice semi-finalists in this World Championship. He's back on level peggings once again. It's Ali Carter 9, Zhou Yulong 9.
He's left a shot to nothing for Zhou. You're long here, the 3 reds near the pink spot, the back one.
Yep.
Goes into the right corner. And he might not play this as a complete shot to nothing, because if he plays it and takes the pot on, and anywhere where the white is now or this side of it, he'd be on a choice of bulk colours. So he may not play this in such a way that he'd finish on the cushion up the other end there. Well, as it's turned out, that's not a bad result. He hit it a bit thinner than he intended. Oh, that would be some shot. If he comes off the cushion and clips this red in and goes between the pink and other red and back up the table. No, he's playing the other red onto it. Look at the cue ball again. He's just screwed that shot with a minimum of effort.
Chance to get cue ball behind the green here. Side cushion, ball cushion. It's the run. It's the run. Good effort. He's come up a little short of the green, but just looking at Zhou, maybe he cannot see the red that's closest to the blue. Maybe he can't see the left-hand side of that red as we look, and that's why he has to play an alternative safety shot. That's pretty good.
Big shot he's taking on here. And what a shot that is. That's terrific cueing. Wobbled a few times, but a very attacking shot there from Zhou Yulong. That
Very long
is not a good sign for the young man, especially after knocking the red in. That is very edgy there.
For signs of the old crucible nerves getting to that young man. He's been absolutely tip-top up to now.
One.
He won't have felt pressure like this in any of the other tournaments that he would have played in his young professional career. As I said, he's coped very well, admirably up to now, but just little signs. Showing a little emotion. And it's understandable. Just
6.
needs put a few balls, a nice break just to compose himself again. Ali Carter is in the ascendancy, and that's certainly part of his problem.
7.
Play this very nicely on this red into the left corner pocket. Like to get the pink
12.
onto the black spot if you can. Quite sure if he's dead straight on this red or not. If he's dead straight, you can just roll down to somewhere around the black spot or that line. Get the pink onto the black spot and just make his break a lot easier. He doesn't want to keep going back up for blue.
Thirteen.
Looks pretty good.
Ali Carter now walking around the table with a lot of authority. He's a very experienced player here at the Crucible, and he probably senses that his young opponent is just starting to feel the Crucible pressure.
Not go into them here, just take the red that's to the right of the pink.
$25. 26.
That's gone wrong. That's not a very good positional shot. Needed to be low on the pink there, or a little bit higher, so he could drop on the two reds right of the pink into the left corner pocket.
Well, that's a brilliant effort, but I mean, when he screws back once again, the cue power was just amazing. It was as if the white picked up speed.
Yeah, it was a lovely little flick off those reds, wasn't it, around the pink spot. Dennis landed perfect on this red.
33.
Opened the red that's on the pink spot as well, because that wasn't potable before, so that gives him another option.
Mid-session interval on the other table, so there'll be a little bit of noise for a couple of minutes on the players. Leave
39.
the arena on the other table, and the crowd, a lot of them stay, a lot of them pop out to the foyer, stretch their legs.
Thank you. 40.
I'm just wondering about the two reds. I think they may be available into the left corner pocket. He's got the two other reds that would be available to him. a little bit pacey, but it may work to his advantage here.
46.
But he doesn't want to brush off. If he does play the cannon, it's got to be thin to make sure he stays on the pink.
Yeah, he's got a slight problem here. If he screws back, he may kiss into the red just left of his hand here. Just watch the cue ball here.
Needs to watch that middle pocket, which he has done.
47.
Actually played it pretty well, didn't he? Managed to avoid the red and the middle pocket, and that's okay. Okay, he's the wrong side of the blue, but he's got plenty of room to get around the ball colours and back up for that red that's close to the pink spot.
Calling on his cue par again here. And he's found the gap nicely. He's hit that so easy, and he's still got all the way around the table.
$53.
You set your stall out to win these mini sessions. 3-1. He's well on his way to winning the third frame of this session. There'll be one more before the interval. Now you see, just needs one more red, and it'll be 3 in a row
59.
for Ali Carter.
$60.
The difference,
65.
so 2 snookers required at the moment. This red disappears. We'll be off the mid-session interval when Ali finishes.
$66.
Of course, we have one more frame before that mid-session interval. 4 frames as normal. Played.
72.
Doesn't
Ali
matter
Carter,
about the
72.
yellow.
And the two.
Just the start that Ali Carter wanted. He's won 3 frames in a row and gets himself into the lead at 10 frames to 9.
13 is the magical number. This is the last frame before the mid-session interval. Zhou Long to break off. Big frame, Dennis, for Zhou Long, isn't it? You know, just before the mid-session interval. Doesn't want to go too behind. Spoke at the top of this match when he went 1 behind yesterday, 7-6 after leading 5-1. showed a lot of character and won the last 3 frames to lead 9-7 coming into this final session. But if ever they needed a frame, it's certainly now, you feel. He just lost his composure a little bit. Needs something just to get himself going.
Yeah, it seems to be doing that quite a bit, Zhou. When playing the safety shot, he seems to be catching the ball colour full ball. Sometimes that happens to you. It's just a fraction out of getting the cue ball past the colour and onto the cushion. And this be another
As quiet as possible, please.
Ali Carter special. Different player altogether now, Ali Carter. Bang full of confidence.
It's amazing what a frame can do, isn't it, Dennis? He was very frustrated in that first frame, very ragged. Looked like he was losing his cool and losing it a little bit. Zhou Yulong was getting on top of him. He's found a little bit of inspiration, and he's using his experience now. He's just has to wait in his chair, Zhou. Now let's see this black pot into this bottom corner pocket, bottom right hand corner pocket.
6.
If it does, you can drop this red on, get on the black. Looks a bit tight from this angle. He's coming around to have a look at it. Oh, this is an excellent shot. That is very, very clever. There's a man showing signs of confidence playing shots like that.
$14.
Just wondering, he's coming around to have a look again. It didn't go before the black, but after playing that little cannon, has he nudged the red slightly away from the black spot so it can pot this time? The nut shot tells us it does.
15.
Yeah, I think you can just catch the black first. If you hit the black and the red at the same time, it's a foul shot. But he had just enough room to hit the black. Now, has he covered this red? No, I'm looking at the body language. He's just marching around the table, so he must be on it. And clearly, as you can see, plenty of room there. Well, he's on his way to winning all 4 frames. From 9-7 behind. He wouldn't have expected to win all 4. He'd have been looking at winning the session 3-1. If you win all 4, it's a bonus. But every chance he could do that.
Yeah, he's got 5 reds in the open, hasn't he? There's one more red. You can see it into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. The bottom one of the 6 below the pink pots as well. So that's 6 reds. So in effect, that means he doesn't need to bring any more into play.
38.
This is good stuff, Ali Carter.
39.
Bouncing around the table now. A lot more confident. Lovely cueist.
Yeah.
Nice to watch.
46.
A lovely touch. Pretty quick around the table. Average shot time just 24 seconds.
47.
Yeah, I forgot that he lost in the quarter-final last year to the world champion Mark Williams. Prior to that, he hasn't been past the second round since
54.
2012 when he got to the final and lost to Ronnie O'Sullivan 18-11, but he's a very experienced crucible player.
55.
Oh, he's going to finish a little bit twixt and between. Oh.
Touching ball. Please declare Colin Alley.
Well,
I'll have a guess what he's going to play next. I don't think he's going to pick the black, Dennis, do you?
Please.
well, he's touching the blue, so that's a little bonus.
Blue ball, thank you.
You have to nominate the referee. If you don't nominate in this situation, it's a foul shot. Because he's touching the blue, the referee always says to the player, colour, please nominate. Leo Scullion, who will be refereeing the final, Leo Scullion, this year. What an honour that'll be for the Scot.
Ali Carter, 55.
Yeah, good 55 break, but you can tell he's not happy. It's more of a grimace than a smile, that. And he wanted that cue ball right behind the green here.
Well, with being 55 behind, I thought Zhou Yulong might have taken this red onto the right corner and maybe tried to slip around the black, but he is playing a safety. He doesn't want to push one over this left corner. He's coming up a bit short. I think he needs a mid-session interval now, Zhou Yulong, just to relax and maybe chat to a few of his friends and come out with the confidence he showed earlier in the match.
One.
Because at the moment, no use coming up short with your safety with Ali Carter. Certainly got his potting boots on again.
Eight.
Yeah, good pot on the black. Purposely sending the red up past the middle pocket and onto the cushion should he have missed it. Just putting it in a safe position. Needs one more red in colour. 63 points ahead. Possible 75 still remaining. Good pot. Nicely judged. Cannon off the two reds. Excellent shot.
Yes, we've said it a couple of times, Ken. The opening frame in this session was a big turning point. Ali looked frustrated.
17.
Zhou Yulong had a couple of chances to win it and extend his lead to 3 frames. But since that frame, Ali Carter has sort of taken control of this match.
24.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And his opponent,
25.
he's got some thinking to do during the interval. I'm sure his manager, Victoria, has the academy that he plays in here in Sheffield. She'll be in his dressing room waiting for him, try and calm him down, give him a bit of confidence. Have a little chat with him. But he needs
30.
to get going. This match is slipping away. Red hasn't gone in, but I'm sure Zhou says that's enough, yes. So Ali Carter wins all 4 frames of this first session. He was 9-7 behind. He's now 11-9 in front of the young Chinese player, Zhou Yulong.
It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that the sport you watch or play means everything. But Ali Carter is snooker's reminder that that simply isn't true.
His battles with Crohn's disease and cancer, and his superhuman determination both on and off the table, have revealed one of the most driven and determined men in the sport.
First, Carter the player. He turned pro in 1996, but it took him a decade of hard graft to break into the top 16.
At the 2008 World Championship, he hit a maximum break in the quarter-final against Peter Ebden.
Carter reached the final where he lost 18-8 to Ronnie O'Sullivan, who was playing almost unbeatable snooker.
4 years later, he was back in the final and facing O'Sullivan again. But the backstory to that appearance is the remarkable bit.
Earlier that season, he had seriously considered retirement. His decade-long battle with Crohn's disease and its painful symptoms had taken a toll.
But instead of giving in to the disease, Carter played on. He lost that final 18-11, but just being there was a huge achievement.
But having bounced back off the ropes, he was suddenly on the canvas. In 2013, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer.
Surgery seemed to have worked, but a few months later came even worse news. The cancer was now in his lungs, and chemotherapy was required.
His subsequent return to the game has been astonishing. He won the Paul Hunter Classic, a particularly emotional occasion, in 2015, and then took his 4th ranking title, the World Open, in 2016.
He's been one of the best all-round players for the past decade, and we will never know how much more success a healthy Ali Carter might have enjoyed.
Well, what a story. I mean, it's hard to envisage what he must have gone through and played the game of snooker.
So brave, so courageous.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the snooker only. He's been to the World Championship final. He's done everything in the game that's asked of him other than win that many events.
Yeah, that's the only sort of final piece in the puzzle, really. And again, you could say this for so many players. Have they got that little extra bit to go to that extra level and actually compete and win all the time?
There's nothing nice about being questioned on whether you can get over the finishing line. But is that a problem? I don't know. But can he sometimes see the finishing line and balk at it?
Well, he has won events. I would go to last year. You know, he showed incredible bottle and to bully Ronnie O'Sullivan at the Crucible, but he lost his following match. That tells me there's a weakness there, because you know you're not there to win, just beat one player. You're there to win a whole title. So that takes a different step in attitude.
Ali Carter to break.
I bet Ali Carter enjoyed his cup of tea at the mid-session interval, having won all 4 frames. And Zhou Yulong has got a chance here. But I'm just in line with the shot. He can take the pot on. Maybe he can just avoid canning into the black. A bit too thick and a long way short, but the blue may have come to his rescue here. Don't know if he can pass the blue. Might be able to. And the way he's been playing, now he can see enough of it. He's coming around to just check if the black's available. It's a confident Ali Carter at the moment. Look at the determination on that face. He's on fire at the moment, is Ali Carter. This young 21-year-old just doesn't know what's hit him at the moment. It was all caused by that opening frame of this session that he should have won and opened up a 3-frame advantage. So he's got to sit there and hope that Ali doesn't score too many, because he only needs 2 frames to get through to the quarter-final.
Yeah, and you can't be leaving mid the distance pots like that for your opponent, particularly when he's on the ascendancy and full of confidence now. Black goes again into the left corner pocket. He'd be screwing back out for that.
9.
That's nice. Didn't intend that. Got a 2 kisses there for the price of 1. Let's have a look at this little cannon that he played here. Watch this. There's the first one. There's the second one.
Yeah, but when you're playing well, that's the sort of the little rub you get.
There's his cue pair here. Dennis, watch this. Watch the cue ball. Excellent shot. He's got a red up into the yellow pocket. It's dead straight. He may elect to take that instead. He can play true for the blue, or he can screw back for the black. If it's dead straight, he may screw back for the black.
I don't think he's quite, well, maybe he's got the angle to screw back, looking at that picture there. No, it's through for the blue, as you said. Top spin. He's not missing much.
25.
Yeah, good shot. He's queuing nicely now. And as I said, once he gets a bit confident, Dennis, you know, he's got that bounce in his step, hasn't he? Around the table.
It's always been the case with the game of snooker. When you get a bit of confidence up,
30.
it's a totally different game. It's a great feeling when you're out there and you're feeling like this. No better place to be. But not a great place to be when things are not going for you. He knows if he loses this frame, his back's right against the wall, but
38.
listen, he played so well against Mark Allen. So he's far from done, but is he going to get the chance?
$39.
Once again, left himself a lovely angle on the black to go into the pack. Utilises cue pair once again here. Got too much on it this time. Now, has he got a... Watch the cue ball here. Look at the spin he generates on it. Acceleration.
He might just be able to cut one into the middle pocket. Once the referee gets the black spotted,
46.
he can cue. He's not hampered, and that red will cut to the middle pocket. The one to the left of the blue will cut. Not that one, the one to the right of our picture there. He'll be heading towards the yellow, so not guaranteed good position. Oh. Now then, has he got away with this?
Ali Carter, 46.
If he has got away with this, he is so lucky. And at first glance, I think everything's covering each other. Now, once he missed the pot, he would have expected to have left quite a few. And look where it's finished. All covering each other into the corner pocket there, by the looks of things. Look at that, all blocking one another.
Yeah, good weight of cue ball, tapping the table from his opponent, but that's all you can do. Try and leave it as close to the ball cushion as possible. This looks pretty good as well. Excellent return of safety, very good. Now somehow Zhou Dennis can get the cue ball down behind the yellow this time. It would block the path down the left hand side and also down the right hand side.
He's got to get it thin though, because the in-off's a natural. And he has done, and it's heading towards that yellow. Is it a little bit too pacey? Just a bit. There's an easy path back for Ali Carter, the one on the pink spot. He can get down off that, or the one to the right of the black can get down off that also. Might be in a spot of bother here if he can't pass the blue to get to that red near the pink spot. Well, he must be able to, because he's looking to see if the red will go in the left corner pocket. So he can see enough of the red to play the safety shot. If he cut the red in, that would be a bonus, but I don't think it goes past the other red. Well, it's flicked off it. Needs a good kiss on the yellow, and that's not a good kiss. So let's have a look. A bit of good luck coming up here, flicking the red. A bit of bad luck, flicking the yellow.
Just gotta
Green ball.
He's gonna put the cue ball down behind the yellow here. Oh, he's a long way short.
Long? One.
Well, Ken, I don't know about you, but I would have tried to roll tight in behind the yellow.
Yeah, totally agree. Obviously doesn't like that shot. A little bit nervous, of course, as well, and those little roll-ups behind ball colours are always nervy little shots. You need a
At least the greens help the situation for Zhou Yulong here. There's a safety shot off that red to the right of the pink, but he'd have to be careful not to cannon into the green. So he's playing the one next to the black here. Which Zhou Yulong won't mind. What a shocker that was. Because he was clear in the black there. I don't know why he would want to play that one. You know, 45 in front. want to keep the black tied up.
Well, just watch his body language here. Watch his. You can't see it from this particular angle, but his arm goes up as if the cue ball drifted offline. Some of the players yesterday were complaining about cue ball drifting as well. But what it's done is given Zhou Yu Long
One.
lifeline here, particularly to get back into this frame. 45 points before he came to the table behind.
Huge frame for the 21-year-old here. At 12-9 behind, and Ali Carter just needing one frame, he wouldn't have much of a chance, but if he could somehow pinch this frame, he'd be right back in it.
Nine.
I don't know if that red passes the green. If not, green wouldn't be a bad ball to get on. It's quite tight. Joe's just looking at it now. Just wobbled it a little bit, but safely in.
Just like a postman, wasn't it? Knocked 3 times. Now, you play for green or black here.
Seventeen.
A couple of reds you can go on here. The red just to the right of the pink is a possible choice. You could into the right centre. You could also play the cannon into one of the reds near the left side cushion if he wishes. That's what he's tried to do, to try and bring that out. Didn't work out, but he's on another red into the right centre.
24.
Looks like he wants to take the one up into the corner. Just making sure of the angle and clearing his mind and making the correct decision. He may be able to play this in such a way that he can screw back. Well, he's going to follow through, so that'll bring the red on the cushion into play. No, not sure about that. He could have screwed that one back and he wouldn't have left anything had he have missed it. Might just have gotten away with this, but that was a nervous one. I thought he would play that screw back to the black and he couldn't really leave anything. As it's turned out, he's got away with it. what's he eyeing up here? If it's a pot, it's very, very difficult. He's thought about it. No straightforward safety shot, but that is brilliant from the young man. That is brilliant, because look where he's put the cue ball. Even if he had missed that difficult red, 10 out of 10 for that. For the 21-year-old, I think it surprised Ali there.
Fantastic shot, wasn't it? Well worked out. That red, and it's given him a wonderful chance here. A few shots ago there was a few reds safe there, Dennis, wasn't there, on the left-hand side cushion? Not anymore.
And what it might have done is just give him that lift in confidence that he badly needs. Not sure if he rolls the brown and it goes back on its spot, the red might not be available there. That's why he's back with the green.
Just wondering, will he try and get on the brown here now? If he get a nice angle on the brown, on potting this red, he can just drop the brown in and get the cue ball very close to these two reds around the pink.
Nice.
All about the angle. If he could get anywhere near that other little white ball I've put up, look where he'd have a choice of a red to the right corner, one to the middle, but can he get there? Might be able to, you know, with a screw back off the green. He's looked at the green, he's looked at the brown. I don't know if he can slip past the reds into that spot I'd picked out. That'll do. He's got the one to the right corner.
13.
Well, he held for pink here. We'll go down for the black. And this is the key shot. If he gets a nice angle on the black, which he has, key shot now. Land behind the red, just off the cushion. Take the red into the right centre.
It's near enough the same place where I had the white ball before.
Yeah.
A little bit short of pace, but he's still okay. Would have wanted to be just off straight this red, so he could just pot it and go up for possibly the brown or green.
Thank you.
Oh.
Too long, 21.
Well, would you believe it? Did all the hard work, and we saw a red from Ali Carter, I think it was in the very first frame, that did exactly the same thing. Hit the near jaw, hit the far jaw.
One.
There was just a little incident there where Zhou asked the referee just to move out of his way slightly. Leo wasn't in the correct spot there. Okay, maybe it wasn't the cause of missing the red, but it did take a little bit of concentration away.
6.
I mean, it's very tight here with the two tables. Not the easiest of jobs for the referee, but Zhou did ask him to just come the other side of him.
8.
I'd just be able to show you that here. Just watch Zhou just saying, please, can you just come past me? Thank you. You don't need that.
Brown and blue required. Beautifully cued from Ali Carter. 15 points ahead. Blue will put him 20 points in the lead. His opponent will need 2 snookers, but I feel he won't be coming back to the table after this.
That's a huge frame in the context of this match. Ali Carter marching on. That's 5 in a row, and now he's just 1 frame away from beating the 21-year-old Zhou Yulong. 12-9.
Zhou Yulong to break.
3 frames behind with 4 to play. Back firmly against the wall. He went out, Zhou Yulong, just to try and clear his head a little bit. He won't give up. Every frame completely different, and that's the beauty about snooker. We've seen so many players have come back from this position. It's a tall order, particularly when your opponent is starting to play so well.
Very interesting choice there from Ali Carter. If he had been behind, he would have taken that red on, but he's keeping things tight. Didn't want to risk leaving his young opponent in amongst them. This is going close to the corner pocket, but it's just going to pull up, yeah. Played that with quite a bit of safety in mind. But it shows you how tight the crucible is when there's 2 tables. Just watch Ali here as the white pulls up. Just raises his hand to let Zhou pass to get to the seat. It was a bit tight last year when Ali and Ronnie O'Sullivan were giving each other the shoulder charges.
Good opener. Excellent pot to the right centre. Just landed on the balk line, which is not too bad. The screen is still on, and I feel he's got to take it on into the top left-hand corner pocket. Came down to have a look. Was there anything available near the black? If not, the red left of the pink spot is on. No. Well, he was up off
Very
that
long.
shot straight away. And his confidence is completely shot now.
Yeah, as you said, Ken, he was walking round the table. He knew he hadn't potted that, and he's put Ali Carter right in amongst them here. It's amazing how one frame can turn a whole match around, Ken. We go back to the opening frame of this session, and he risked a longish pot, left one near the middle pocket, and he hasn't really been in the match since then.
Yeah, completely agree. A few chances in that opening frame for both players, and he had Ali on the ropes, so he was getting very frustrated. He had him exactly where he wanted him, but just didn't convert the opportunity. And he's been paying the price ever since. Top red of those two, the one directly above the black,
7.
obviously pots into this bottom left hand corner pocket. There you see it, just getting the cue ball clean. Be pushing the cue ball through and try and stay low on the black. Just play a little delicate cannon now on the red, just above the black to the right. Well, played the cannon into the pack and held for that red into the right corner. Not a
15.
bad choice either.
$16.
Well, there's still, let's have a look, there's still at least 3 comfortable reds available for Ali Carter here. He's cueing beautifully now. He really is.
23. $24.
I'm sure there'll be an interested spectator watching this match. He's
51.
waiting on the winner, Gary Wilson, who had a fabulous win against Mark Selby, world number 2, who was world number 1 for over 4 years. That was some win for Gary. He will play the winner of this. And there's still a couple of reds that are available. The one to the right of the pink. Got a good angle on the black, but they're not a good pack of reds to cannon into just yet. So he might wait for the opportunity. Yeah, just tell by his body language he was thinking I might not go into them this time. Probably the correct choice there, Ken.
Yeah, he played it well, because there's also another red just below the pink to the right as well. That if he landed short on that red, he could have had the lower red. He's going to need one more split, I feel, Dennis, to win this match from this visit. And again, purposely playing low on the black. Nice angle. Doesn't want to screw into the pack, he could just stun it. So the cue ball doesn't come back off the pack, back towards the right hand side cushion. So just a stun, but uses cue power. There you see the stun. Didn't hit it hard enough.
Yeah, he didn't get that spin that he didn't want to get too much screw on it, otherwise he'd have come away from the pack, and in the end he didn't quite get enough spin on it, as you said, and that could be the end of break. But it's a useful 46 points advantage.
Wants to avoid taking the red off the right hand side cushion. You know, he wants to keep that there as a little bit of insurance, particularly when you're nursing a 46 point lead. And that's why he took the red just below the pink and try and get that.
47.
But what he has done, he sort of sacrificed a little bit of the safety on the cue ball. Should have been past the brown, close to this ball cushion. He's left a half chance for Zhou Yulong. This may be his last chance, Dennis.
It's now or never for the 21-year-old Chinese player, has to be said. He'll put everything into this pot. Just making sure if he takes it on that he'll get onto the black. That is essential.
Great shot. Excellent pot. It's a wonderful pot under pressure. Now, what sort of angle has he got? Come off the top cushion, side cushion. Try and land on the red into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Nicely on the red. Good, very good positional shot. We can bring the other red into play here, the one that's very close to this one that he's potting. There you see it. That's in play. Nice angle on the black. Almost hit the reds simultaneously there.
Yeah, if anything, it looked like he hit the other red first, but still managed to pot
16.
The one he intended.
Oh.
Wow.
Zhou Yulong, 16.
He can't believe he's missed that. It's amazing what can be missed out there in the Crucible Theatre when you're under pressure. Theatre of dreams, it's known as. Sometimes, theatre of nightmares.
You have to feel a little bit for Zhou. He's played so well in this championship. He really has. He's just come up a little bit short in this session, but that's all. But if he does go on to lose this match from this position, there's a lot to be taken out of it. And he should be back for many more tilts at this wonderful championship. Like that, I have no doubt.
in between frames on the next table, but at the moment, Ali Carter won't be hearing any of that noise, fully focused at clinching a quarter-final place here. But what's he done there? Goodness gracious me. What has he done with the cue ball there?
Well, even players with a 12-9 lead can feel the pressure here, trying to run through with the cue ball.
12.
And what a test he's faced with now, the long red that's to the left of the yellow. He's been knocking all sorts in. But I wonder, after playing that poor positional shot, can he knock this in? Has that affected the situation? Find out in a second. Wow, amazing. And if that bounces off the cushion,
Ali Carter, 12.
all of a sudden, the 21-year-old Chinese player who was sitting in his seat thought it's all over. But not just yet.
Well, it's amazing what can happen out there. I mean, all he had to do was just stun the pink in just for the red left of the pink spot, or even roll the pink in for the second red.
Yeah, he was thinking, I'm in the quarter-final, and
One.
but that careless shot in, he can't now believe that he's done that.
Quick check at the scores. He's 41 points behind, so plenty of points on the table after potting this brown. Ooh. Nicely on this blue. That key red on the right hand side of the table next to the cushion
5.
could be the value ball in this frame.
Six.
Bit short of pace, but he has a nice angle on this black. Didn't intend to leave this angle. Cut the black in. He can try and move the red from the right hand side cushion. It's got a nice angle off two cushions. Black's in. Has he hit the red? Oh!
He's unlucky because he could hit the other red. As we show you this attempt to slip round the back of the red was very unfortunate. And I was just about to say he can hit the other red, but he's hampered with the pink. So everything went wrong. Well, he's looking up at a few of his friends, and a big smile from Zhou. He is a delightful lad. I was talking to him up in the Champions Lounge a few times. I'm a big fan of this young player.
When he takes this red on, Dennis, does he play it to try and bring the other red out as well at the same time? Cue ball will go very close. The cue ball will go close. No, didn't attempt it. Put too much side spin. But got a good pot. And can certainly put his opponent in trouble. Natural angle was the cue ball going towards that red. Now what does he do here, Dennis? Does he roll up behind the yellow, or does he play the green, get the green off the cushion?
I think
play the brown.
Yeah, a good snooker is what he needs here. Tight behind the brown.
Very long. 14.
I mean, it wasn't a bad call to move the green, but I don't think he could have got the snooker had he have brought the green off the cushion.
It's a natural angle off, just to miss the yellow off the side cushion and try and rest on this red. The problem is it's a little bit away from the cushion.
And as we've seen with Zhou, he went round the back of the red, so if he went round the back of the red, Ali could, but not if he goes across the table as Ken suggested. A little bit of side needed to miss the blue here. create the angle. There's the side. He's missed the blue. Beautiful escape. And that was nice to see. His young opponent came to the table and tapped the table in appreciation of that escape.
Yeah, good hit, but not only good hit, it's not straightforward to play a good safety shot from here. Red very close to the right hand side cushion. If he tries to come off the side of it, he could double kiss it.
And if he takes the risk of sending the red around the angles, he could send it into the black. I mean, it's a cocked hat shot that we call, where you go around the back of the black and the red would finish up near the ball cushion behind the pink. So don't blame him for taking a bit of time over this. The only thing when you're close to the ball like this, if you play that escape route, sometimes the red takes a slightly different angle, so he's not going to do that. He's left a gap. You've got to get the object ball safe. In that situation there, make sure that the red's safe, even if you can't get a snooker. He tried to get the snooker, and that might be his last shot in this year's Betfred World Championship. Oh, it's not. And look where the red's going. And Ali gives the table a slight headbutt, as we'll see here. Watch Ali. Not too hard, yeah. Ding Junhui did that earlier, and they left a red mark on his forehead for the rest of the frame.
Just look where the red is finished up, Dennis. He's got a nice angle on the red. He can bring that difficult green off the ball cushion. Needs a bit of pace in this cue ball though to get it back up for a ball colour. Got the double kiss, and he's okay. He's perfect. Wow. Well, do we have another twist in this match?
He had to get on a colour off that, otherwise he'd only been able to draw. And Ali looked a little bit annoyed with himself there. Yellow will come back up, and it looks like a perfect angle just to roll the yellow in.
3.
And leave a nice easy green to get to the brown.
Five.
Well, what a turnaround in this frame.
Pressure on every single pot now for this young player.
He's got to get the right side. He can do nothing but just wait and see will he get another shot. Got to get the right side of the blue here. Doesn't want to be straight. And he is straight.
That's the last thing he wanted. As you can see, he's right on the blue line, so all he can do is just push the white through. And an awful long way to travel
70.
now to get on the black, Ken.
Yeah, there's pressure on this, Dennis. Lots of top spin. Just getting under on his thoughts, getting himself together. This is a big shot. How's the cue ball? It's gone a little bit far, has it? It's gone a little bit far. It's not ideal. Bit of adrenaline. Wow, what a tough pot to leave yourself.
Settle down now, thank you.
Well, he's having the cue ball cleaned. think if he hits it thin enough, he won't go in off to the right middle pocket, but what a shot he's faced with here. What a test for the 21-year-old.
Well, he's got to commit to this, Dennis. Don't try and play it too hard. Don't worry about the cue ball. Just commit to the pot. Pick a line and commit to it. This is to keep yourself in this year's World Championship.
He's overcut it.
Oh.
And the cue ball is going to be tight on the cushion,
Too
but
long. 23.
he was inches away from winning the frame. This was a tough cutback. It's a great comeback from Ali Carter, and he gives it a little fist pump, and there's his young opponent applauding him. That's nice to see. Zhou led 5-1, had a chance to go 6-1 up, and Ali Carter in the end runs out a reasonably comfortable winner at 13 frames to 9.
Yeah, it was what a match, you know. Even at 12-9 there, you know, I missed a couple to get over the line because I knew that whatever I threw at him yesterday, he seemed to like be able to respond, and I thought the chance that I had there to win was a great chance, and if I hadn't have took it in the end, I would have been devastated to be 12-10 because I knew that I'd throw him a lifeline. But it's a pleasure to be in another quarter-final, and I've got focus on me, so I'm looking forward to the challenge.
So Ali Carter's role continues here in Sheffield. He's through to a 6th appearance in the last 8, where he'll face Gary Wilson. Join us later on BBC 2, 10 o'clock for the start of the quarter-finals. From everyone at the Crucible, bye for now.
So it's not quite like the FA Cup, but it is like the FA Cup. It's more like a football trophy where you can lift it up and go like this, yeah. So it's the big ears. There's something little pointy at the top as well that you always remember the sort of sign of it.
It's the pinnacle, isn't it?
Pinnacle must mean
you know, there's nothing else you can win that can beat it. I never thought that would ever happen.
Not the way you play.